Gary Burkholder, 31st Senate District. I'm compelled actually on behalf of all my constituents who re-elected me for the 8th time to my district to speak to this issue. I guess I'll comment first on Sarah Brown's comments. She's absolutely correct. The Ohio Supreme Court Disciplinary Council would have filed a citation against any judge or any judicial candidate that would have pulled this dirty trick in any judicial race, and you know that, Sarah. So I think we ought to hold our chairman and our party officials to the same high standard. These negative attacks, of which I was a victim as well, and prevailed, as you all know that we're at the last meeting. I told you, Mr. Chairman, I would fight against those lies that you put out against me in your concerted effort to remove me from this committee, and I prevailed. You lied about my residency. You had staff here, paid staff, go after my job in Brookville. You had people file false protests against me. The documentation is here of all these races that the Ohio Republican Party rules were violated. And you have admitted you made those decisions. You need to be held accountable by this committee. If you wonder why things are happening at the national and state level the way they are, is because the everyday Republican voter gets it. There's a lack of integrity in this party. There's a lack of integrity at the national level. And people are no longer going to put up with it. So I ask my fellow members on this committee, this has to be resolved, not by these goofy statements, well, we all have to come together. That's the past. Let's forget it. No, we can't forget it anymore. I will quote the late Bob Bennett. I remember years ago, I've been on this committee off and on since 1996, and we had an example of a corrupt sheriff down in Fairfield County. And Mr. Petro was going after that sheriff and investigating, and Bob Bennett said to a state central committee, if we don't clean our own house, the Democrats will. And it's time that we start following the party rules. This is a clear violation. I think it ought to go to the Rules Committee. And Mr. Chairman, I do look forward to what your response is going to be. I asked you in the previous cycle, when a decision was made not to put me on a slate card in Licking County, who made that decision? And you said I did. And here again, we have attacks. The attack on the O'Toole race is unacceptable. So let's not hear, let's not do this, you know, the race is over, we have these in-house fights. Sarah, if you're going to talk about integrity, then why don't we apply the same standard to the Ohio Republican Party? Answer that question. You violated the rules, Mr. Chairman, and it's this committee's responsibility to hold you accountable and those associated with you for those actions. And that's the action I'm asking for the committee today. Thank you.